Hello, 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 and welcome. I am Daisy, your hostess, and you are in my tarot playlist. So if you're new to my channel, welcome, welcome, and to our Fortune Forecast family, welcome back. In this video, we will take a look at all the zodiacs as they're going to be influenced, we will be influenced with this full moon in Gemini. This full moon of December is also known as the cold moon. According to the Farmer's Almanac, this was a term provided by the Native Americans of the Mohawks, and due to the very frigid cold conditions, this is what they referred to, cold moon. So shiver, shiver, here we are. So let's take a look at how the full moon in Gemini will affect us all. And I do always say that usually the predominating zodiac will actually feel more comfortable as it's expanding its influence on all of us. So definitely Gemini, an air sign, and all of the air signs will have a more sense of being comfortable and at home in this full moon energy. We may feel somewhat divided in our energy, as that is the influence of Gemini. Where is your mind going? What is your heart saying? Do we feel divided between what our heart is saying and what our mind is saying? So that might be one of these energies that we will feel during this transition of the full moon as it is moving through this constellation. Being that it is in one of the air signs, there will probably be a little more communication, maybe with yourself and others, as you start looking at how to reconcile your decisions, your different viewpoints, your heart and your mind, the conflicting thoughts between these areas, and you're seeking to get more clarity in the things that are happening in your life. And this could be a challenge for you, but you know what? As we close out December, what a great place to find ourselves in, trying to settle things, settle old scores, clear up new ones, and move forward between all these energies. So this is about choosing our path and following it with confidence into the new year. I also would like to bring up another little point here, just as you're trying to understand different things and as you're trying to create closure to this year. Let's remember that Gemini is ruled by Mercury. It is known for its witty and versatility. This is the planet of communication. Did I just say that? Well, here we go. It brings all this ability to activate our mind and to engage the process of information more quickly so that we can process things. So let's also understand that while we're working with the sensitivities of that feminine energy of the emotional moon, we have also the ruling planet of Gemini, which is Mercury, bringing all this communication into play. So that's where we get that influence from, drawing this energy of Gemini, which is ruled by Mercury, to accentuate and elevate the area of communication in our lives. Now, I would like to also bring out one small detail, that there is a planet that is functioning retrograde in Gemini. So we may feel this, and it's important to bring this out because in these next few days, possibly 7 days, we're having this influence of Mars, because Mars has been retrograde in Gemini, and it has been there since October. And because of this illusion that it's in retrograde, meaning moving backwards, which is just an optical illusion for us, yet that is an influence that we do feel, many of you may want to now look back at your time between October, November, and December. Something has shifted. You are possibly making what I would call some serious decisions in your life. There might have been severing of relationships, things that you're letting go. And so now you have what I would call the twins, Gemini, working here with this, what I would call a rebellious planet, which is Mars. Mars is usually known as the angry planet or the planet of war. You may have found in these last few months that you've been struggling in making these tough decisions. And one thing is, when you have Mars in this Gemini area. Some of you, especially Geminis, have been feeling this a little bit more than others. So now all the zodiacs during this full moon in Gemini are going to be challenged, because now we have this warrior planet in the twin signs, and we're feeling possibly a little bit of that challenge and finding ourselves at wits into resolving things. So either we're going to stumble forward or we're going to be challenged in this situation. But now that we know, we may be able to handle that just a little bit better. I would like to also share a little bit of information that for the most part, all the other signs are going to be able to get back to that normal pace, use the challenge of Mars in Gemini and this full moon energy for the next 7 days or so. Yet for the Geminis themselves, they will still be in that sense of a challenge, all the way through January 12th. That's when Mars turns direct. And the next time that Mars will go in retrograde will be December 6, 2024. And that's according to cafeastrology.com. You can check out that website. Lots of good information. And as we move forward to take a look at all the zodiacs, let's just keep in mind that during the full cold moon of December, we have a few things to take a look at. When you look at the zodiac wheel, you'll see that the sun is opposite Gemini, which means that it is in the house of Sagittarius. So guess what? While we may have all this information and communication flowing through, a lot of things are going to come into light with this full moon joining that Mars retrograde. Quite a bit of closure may take place for all of us. And so that's a great thing to celebrate so that we can move on into the new year with wonder and clarity. I also would like to bring this beautiful stone into play, the energy of opal. The random draw, which is this beautiful stone. And I just want to share this as the light hits it in different ways. A beautiful stone to add to your collection if you don't have it yet. And what opal does, it activates creativity, promotes loyalty, awakens psychic, and opens up higher channels. And it stimulates vision. So, lets you see things from a different light. I love it. I love it. And let's see how it's going to activate for all of us here. I will now arrange the cards. We will see what we have here in store. And because we are in the month of December, we will start with our Capricorns. So let's see what we have. Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, Capricorn. There's a lot of things that we see on this card here. We see the number 10, and we should start with that real quick, because if you take the number 10 and you break it down into that 1 and that 0, you show the beginning, and then the 0, that full potential of anything goes. That sense of that randomness that we see when we are in front of that wheel of fortune, that wherever it lands, good or bad, it is here. So what do we think about that? The different cycles, that things that we cannot control, whether it's good or bad, but it is mostly about how we see things. Whatever spectrum you are in life, fate has no friends. It will fall on all. When you have good moments in your life, that's when you just go ahead and enjoy things to the max and just receive it. And also remember that when things are not going so well, also receive that, because in there is also part of that experience. So it's about how you can take that and turn it into an opportunity of learning and growing. So the same forces that govern the good also governs. So the Wheel of Fortune reminds us that there are seasons in life, and that the rising of the sun and the setting of the sun, that force that governs all that, is also master of our luck and our fate in each one of our lives. So let's break this down also in some of the areas, Capricorn. Maybe in love, what we're seeing is that something is changing. Some of the dynamic is changing with your partner, and you're making some adjustments as you're moving forward. We're looking at it in its positive text, as this card did, show up in the positive, and we will see how it will match up with this card here that is revealed in the love department. So let's also look at in the career. Maybe as we're moving forward in our career, if this is something that's affecting you right now, this could mean that good opportunities are going to start showing up in your work, in your business, in your academic career, in the things that you are focusing on as far as that is related to career opportunities, business, philanthropy. These are some things that are going to be showing up, and be ready to make the changes that are necessary so that you can continue onward. When we look at our finances, our money, and those types of things in the material situation, guess what? It's time to be a little bit more flexible with your finances. There will be room for growth, and that flexibility is what's going to give you what I call that stickability as you move forward to any of these things that are going to be presenting in your life. So a lot of good things are showing up. Spin that wheel, Capricorn. It is your time. So now let's take a look at, oh, you've got the Tree of Life. Look at that, Capricorn. And all these symbols are showing up in your life right now. Let's take a look. Manifesting miracles. Your dream is soon to become reality. Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. How beautiful it's showing here as you spin that wheel, and trust that wherever it's going to fall, it is going to work, even in love. So as you move forward, all the things that you love, whether it's someone in your life that you're trying to manifest, or it's a situation that you're trying to manifest that you love and you've been yearning to, have more of that in your life, it is going to be there for you. So I love that. And wow, when it comes to finance, let's confirm this here. Earning power, building a business, sound decision, career opportunity, corporate job, power, unstable position. So as we look at this in the positive sense, your earning power will increase. Look at that tower just standing firm. And as you continue to focus on your career, looking at the things that you want for yourself, you will start lining things up that are going to take you in that direction. So stay firm with that, and those opportunities will continue to manifest for you. And let's take a look at the full moon message. So for you, Capricorn, it is that third quarter moon. Adjustments are required. So isn't that awesome? We had these things here that no matter where that wheel falls, it is time to make the adjustments. That is what this Gemini moon with Mars is asking you. That Mars influence with that Mercury communicating, making adjustments. So make the adjustments that you need as you have the influence. For you, it is the third moon quarter of the full moon that is asking you, hey, run your race. You can finish strong. Make those adjustments. I love this. Very nice message for our Capricorns. Let's now take a look at Aquarius. Aquarius. Whoa, look at the moon for Aquarius showing up here. The number 18, 15113. Take 8 plus 1 and you get 9. closing out a cycle. So you have the full moon, you have all aspects of the sun, the light of the sun that gives the light to the moon, revealing your feelings, revealing things to you, revealing things that were not seen. And we have the feeling of the moon itself, that intimate, asking your emotions to come up and you yourself embrace them. And also you have the half moon, the full moon, the sun, and all these little rays coming in as if they were gifts from the heaven, giving you wisdom and light into situations that were not clear. Very beautiful message for our Aquarius. And so let's take a look that we are getting the moon here. Also a reminder, as it was here for our Capricorns, that being this deck and being the major arcana, these are big life lessons, closing out the year with a good bang. And so here we have that the moon in itself here is showing us to allow the best part of ourselves to shine through. We understand that there have been some things you've been dealing with and things that you were not sure of, but now with Gemini being in the full moon, you can now talk about these things that before you weren't sure about how to even express them. Guess what, Aquarius? You're going to have clarity and understanding to allow you to guide you through these tough times that have had presented themselves for you. So very good information coming out of, you know, the pool of emotions. There was just a lot going on for you. You were kind of not sure how to, you know, get through this. But, you know, as you continue to follow your intuition and that guidance that's coming in from the divine, you're going to be able to find your way out again. When it comes to romance, it also could mean, and before we can see what it's going to be truly revealed in the other card and how they'll complement, the moon's message in the area of love and romance could be that there was some type of struggle in the relationship. They were at odds. While we see that there's a dog and a wolf, there's still that kind of maybe saying that in the relationship, things are not as smooth as we'd like them. Maybe this relationship is a little bit complicated, and maybe moving forward in what this is going to look like might not be as clear, but nonetheless, there is some type of communication happening. There is something still worth moving towards in the area of career. Maybe in the area of career, for some of our Aquarians, things could seem uncertain. There might be something happening at the job, at the business, that is creating a little bit of tension, a little bit of confusion. You're not sure what that's going to look like for you in the future. And in business and partnerships, and maybe transactions that are related to business, for those that are self-employed and have their own business that they're running, things look a little bit uncertain because you don't have all the information as far as investments, products, services, and something about numbers is not working out. But that is something that can be worked out as you get more information, as you allow the flow of information to come through. You may have to look for it. You may have to work for it a little bit harder. You can't sit and wait for it to fall on your lap. You're going to have to go and continue and trust that the path will be revealed, that things will be worked out. I remember my mother said about a story in the island where the mule was packed with a lot of things on the journey. It just wasn't sure if it was going to make it. But as the wobble of the mule went along the path, things started to shift in the packs, and the journey made smooth as things settle down. You just need to get on that path and things will sort themselves out. Okay, and then let's take a look at finances. Well, because of a few things, not sure if this is related to the relationship or because of the uncertainty in the career or the job, that's also making the situation with finances and money planning and management a little bit unclear because of lack of information or lacking financial knowledge. You may want to shift yourself, Aquarius, to getting and consulting with a financial advisor, CPA, someone that can just take a look at your financial situation and maybe kind of organize things a little bit. Maybe there might be one little thing that might set you on track, and you can now gain better momentum into the future. So that's something that you may want to look into. I am not a financial advisor, but I can only tell you what I could see here. That is what is my gift to you, is the ability to interpret the cards as I see them. And I will not hold anything back. So there you have that. Let's take a look at what the love department is going to show us. Ah, beautiful. I see this intuition, the moon, intuition. These two cards are already kind of singing together. And love, transformation. So maybe about following your instincts. You may have to look within on how you're going to get these answers for in this relationship. So let's see. Deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what feels right. I love it. I will not need to say any more because you know the answer inside your heart. Beautiful. And in the area of career and money, again, money skills, investor, taking risk, face value, self-made, fame, exposure, and reputation. So going back to that, it's really about having money skills. Remember how through the moon it revealed that maybe you may want to seek advice from a CPA or an accountant or someone that can give you more wisdom so you can develop good money skills. Talked about investors. Maybe if you are a trader in the stock market or you may want to look at investments. It may not just be in a stock market portfolio. It might be in real estate or some other business venture. But this is about taking risks and to see things for what they really are and not the things that you imagine them to be. Okay? Now let's take a look at this moon. This moon message is upside down. So we will read it in its right side and then see what it could mean to you in its reversed. So it says here, your hard work is paying off. The new moon in Capricorn. Isn't that interesting? Because we just finished that Capricorn right behind us. But now it says here, maybe because it's in reverse, let's take a look that maybe you have not put in all that you wanted or could have, and maybe this is something you could look forward to into the new year. Remember, we are in a full moon in Gemini, opening up that communication. And because Gemini is ruled by Mars, one of the situations we have is that conflict between making decisions with our heart and our mind. So use this energy to kind of address those aspects within yourself so that you can be honest about what is showing up in your life and honest about, have I really given everything 100%? Have I given it my all? And so it doesn't matter. The answer could be yes. The answer could be no. The point is, you have an answer for yourself that allows you, as you reveal it, because things are being revealed through the moon. And all is within you. So use this energy to move forward. Finish the year strong. Use this energy to close out this year and use the full moon energy to open up new areas of communication. Pisces. Let's see what this wonderful water sign has to reveal for us. Another major arcana. Whoa, I'm blown away. All right. So when we see these cards, we first start seeing the double 10, which is a 20. And so 2 and 0, we've got this 2 base number, more about that duality, balance, harmony. It resonates with that type of vibration of service. And so it's expansive in its nature, relating to partnerships and intuition and your life purpose, as we could see this angel with the red cross, the healing and the message, asking you possibly, Pisces, to come out of your old ways, to be renewed again, to this new start, a new beginning, this new chance, this new lease on life. So here, with the judgment, Pisces, this full moon in December, maybe you will find yourself, Pisces, that December will bring you some choices that will be life-changing, or events and situations that will take you on a different path, not the one you thought of. So it is going to require you to take action to change the course of your path for, guess what, the better. This is a higher calling, a higher opportunity, a higher message. This is not no looking back once you make these choices, because every action and decision we make has its equivalent reaction. So we live in a world and a plane here of cause and effect. So we move towards those new things that bring us new life. In a relationship, this could be a new relationship, a new level of adjusting the current relationship for the better. Whatever is happening in this relationship, receive it as something that's going to expand more clarity, more love, more understanding. If this is a new relationship, welcome this new relationship, because it will be part of this new path and direction that you're being taken into. And it could be in the area of career. This could be, for my Pisces, a new job or a new purpose that you might have. Could be promotion in this opportunity that you have. And it could be that you are now going to be given more responsibility, more things that are now laid on you, because you have shown that worthiness, and that trustworthiness is very valuable. And it could be that in finances, guess what? This might be an opportunity to look at old spending style that you've had. Look at your old financial management styles. And this is now to reflect on what is important for you financially, what is important monetarily, what is important materially. And you might find out that this new path will find you letting go of old things that you could see that money expenses are not important to you anymore, and you'll find different things bring you happiness. Let's take a look at a message for you. I'm thinking of you this very moment. Your love fills me with light. I love you. So what a beautiful message, especially when we're talking about a new love or an existing love that now has gone to the next level and is able to heal from past situations, and to know that that person now loves you and is there for you and can continue to grow with you into this new cycle. Okay, let's take a look at money and career. Chess. What a gamble life is. Look at that. Money strategy. We talked about what judgment was about. It's about looking at new money strategies, wise spending, looking at the long game. And in career, you may be looking at leadership. Remember, we talked about maybe a promotion, and maybe something in military, something related to military. And it says to think things through. Whatever it is that you're doing in life, think things through. Remember, when you play chess, there's that moment that you look at everything on the board before you lift that chess piece and make that move. Think things through. Okay, and what will the Moonology card reveal today for this December cold moon? The fixed moon. Hold your vision. Hold your vision of what you want in your relationship. Hold your vision of what you want in your career and your financial situation. Hold your vision of what you want this new life, this new path, this new goal to look like for you. So we have a fixed moon working with you with this cold December moon, asking you to hold your vision. Don't let anyone take you in a different direction. Okay, Aries. Let's see what fiery Aries will have in store with this December cold moon. Okay, we're dealing with more mundane issues, but nothing of the major life-changing like we had with the major arcanas. We're now here with the minor arcana deck here for our Aries. Abundance, the number 10, end of a cycle. Here we go. What a beautiful message for our Aries as we're just embracing things in life. Could be that there could be some financial flow, could be family gatherings, could be celebration, feeling really good about life. And how wonderful that this card is in the positive. It is talking about that everything that you have been put through this year, every one of your challenges and obstacles, you have met them with grace and you have coming through to it. And here we are, as we could see this whole celebration here. We see family gathering. We see the loyalty of your friends, of course, here signified by the dogs here, and with the family crest and this showering of abundance. So it could mean that in love, we see this relationship actually growing. This could be that the family, there will be an addition to the family. This could be that there's stability in the relationship. This could mean that there could be a new member coming into the family, whether it's a marriage or a child. This is something that is very well received by all. In the area of career, this could also be that you are feeling really good, in a good place with your job, with your business, if you're self-employed, with your partnerships, or where the direction of your business is going. You've put in a lot of work this past year, and you've gone through a lot of challenges, and you've been able to set new things that now can set you forward in a very positive direction. When it comes to money, finances, it could also be that in this area for my Aries, could be a windfall. Could be a bonus that is going to increase your finances. It could also be that you're developing good financial habits that are guiding you to a long-term financial stability. So receive this blessing that's coming to you, whether it's a raise, some random money coming from where, maybe an inheritance, who knows, you're going to have some good winnings coming in for you. Receive it, receive it, receive it. Okay, and let's take a look at what will be in the area of love. Twining and twining. Power. You instinctively know what is right for you, and you have the power to say no or to walk away at any time. So as you embrace what's in your life, you feel comfortable with that. You feel the power of love. You feel that your ownership of your own situation, because you're loving yourself more, you're loving life more. And in that sense of confidence in yourself and the love within yourself is exuding around you. And you also know that the power of love is the power within. And your ability to love yourself and love others is something that makes you strong. Let's take a look at career and money. Let's see how it chimes with that. Okay, so we have the rose upside down. It might be giving us a little warning, so let's read it right side up. Financial relief, being content, loving care, career supportive role, job security, and growing. So one of the things that I am channeling through is that while all these positive words are there, it is important that you not get overconfident. Sometimes in our overconfidence, we miss little things. You are in a good place right now, so continue in the plan that you've been working, and you will continue in the direction. If not, if you deviate, you will have some insecurities. What is important is that you continue your plan, because where you're at right now is a good place. And don't let anyone come in and distract this direction that you've taken yourself and you've worked so hard for. Stay the course and you will do just fine. Be aware that any little thing can topple you off. So don't let anyone distract you. Remember, especially in these next few days, because we are dealing with the cold moon that is in Gemini, is being influenced by Mars, which is in retrograde. So there might be some conflicts. That's for the next 3 or 4 days. Don't let that distract you. Make sure that you get yourself and stay yourself on that course that you've put yourself on, Aries. And we know that sometimes you do have that little fiery personality, and you don't have a problem with, the confrontations that Mars presents. So just make sure that you continue to express some moderation. Let's take a look at the moon message here. Well, let's take a look at this because it is the full moon in Leo that is bringing you back to where you need to be, because Leo is in the fire sign, Aries is a fire sign. So we have this little buddy bringing you back and saying, hey, don't get too overconfident. Don't let pride get in your way. Hello, look at that. So how beautiful it is. So that's where this caution is coming from, that you might, get a little bit too cocky, a little bit too confident, and get yourself off of track. So this beautiful moon message for you is, don't let pride get in your way. All right, let's move on now to Taurus. What do we have here? Bam. Okay, Taurus. We have here the Six of Pentacles. Let's start with just looking at the card from the right side up. And if you're all interested in understanding some of the symbols on here, please do check my Learn Tarot playlist. I go through some of the cards and you can get better understanding. But here we have that number 6. And in the world of numerology, each number has a vibration. And part of this number 6 is all about unconditional love, about balance, harmony, and service to others. As you could see, this person here is standing here giving. So it's interesting that in the number 6 of Pentacles, all that vibrates with this number 6 is being shown in this card. The balance, the harmony, the service to others, and that unconditional love. So this is part of probably something that you've been struggling with, a sense of nurturing. Maybe you've been off a little bit and irresponsible in some areas. And so this is awakening you and bringing you back. This full moon is bringing you back to open up to that. Remember, Gemini is an air sign. It's about communication. And we have this with this situation here, asking you to look at these areas in your life. Maybe that's what this is asking you, Taurus. While we could see that the Pentacles are part of the earth element, which that is your house. Earth signs are part of the Taurus elements. We are seeing that you might be off in that area. So let's see what these other areas are going to reveal as we have the 6 of Pentacles showing up during this cold moon of December. Now, when we see this card in the reverse, immediately my instinct is to say, well, there could be some financial losses here. Maybe you loaned somebody to someone and you're not getting it back, or maybe you didn't get that promotion that you wanted at work, or maybe there was an event that happened in your life that somebody took something from you and it's missing. So it's very important to be very careful who you are associating with, who you're lending money with, who you are doing financial dealings with, because this cold moon is bringing out this awareness for you so that you can avoid these problems. Or it could be that maybe you're overspending money that you have not made yet or earned. So again, there's a lot of warning here when it comes to debts, when it comes to money, when it comes to material things. So it might be that you might feel yourself financially extended, and this may be a problem going into the new year. And it's very important that you enter any of these business deals or transactions with a lot of caution and a lot of planning, so you do not experience big losses or financial catastrophe in the future. So now we will see these cards as I turn these over, but what could this also represent in the area of love? Well, maybe in the relationship, something is off. As we could see, money shows some type of strength, right? And it could mean that there is some power struggle in the relationship. Maybe somebody's taking advantage of this relationship. Maybe something's trying to control another person in this relationship. Really important to take a look at this. And have I said this before? If you are interested in a personal reading with me, please do go to my website, schedule that, and I will reach out to you once I receive your request. Okay, back to this. In the area of career, maybe this could be that there is something happening at work where maybe something is off with the situation, maybe information. Something is not being worked out fairly in the transactions at work, in the business dealings with others, in the business dealings with the co-partners, workers, co-workers. Something is not totally revealed. Somebody is withholding something, and that is creating a conflict. What is the plan? I don't know. So it's very important for you to put all your senses open and step up your game. Give a little bit more than you are getting, and soon enough, it will be revealed. So then again, we go back to the financial look at this, and it could be that maybe you were asking for a loan, you were asking for help, and that help is not there. It could also be that somebody's giving you something and they're expecting something in return, so it's not really honest in this exchange. And also could be that financially, as I mentioned earlier, there could be some losses, and it's creating a lot of tension. Okay, my Taurus, looks like December we'll have my Taurus in a little bit of a spin. Let's look at how it plays off in the love and see if it is revealed with the same message. Look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. Let's take a look at this message as it relates to this. Sometimes in life, we think that we have to have things and give things to prove our love to someone. The most important thing is your time. And as you give of your true self, any conflict that is attached to material things will begin to wash away, and the true and deep love within the heart will be revealed, will be felt. But don't give love in exchange for something physical. Try to find that unconditional love within yourself, and you will begin to live a more authentic life and feel true love in this lifetime. Let's see how this resonates with money. Okay, the seal has been shown upside down. Okay, let's read it right side up, and then we see now that the money and this card are both upside down. So let's take a look. Business contract, documents, gift of money, writing, clerical, paperwork, staying put. Okay, so when we look at this area in both money and finance, we see that maybe there's going to be, remember we talked about money, maybe gift with strings attached, somebody expecting something. Maybe there was a business contract that in the area of career is something for you to be aware of, because maybe there's something in that fine print that is not revealed, or that will put you on the hook for a financial loss instead of a financial gain. So we have the word paperwork, staying put. Maybe this job may not be the one for you to stay put in because it's not progressing you financially, or it's not progressing you mentally or emotionally. So take a look at these areas as it's showing up in the month of December, working with this full moon energy that has so much going on between the Mercury ruled by Gemini or Mars in retrograde in Gemini. Is going to really create a little bit of bumps for especially my Tauruses in the next few days. Let's see what the moon card will reveal for Taurus. Oh, an upside down lion. Let's read this first and then I'll interpret. Confidence is your key to success. The new moon in Leo. So what is happening here? That maybe perhaps a lot of this situation with the power struggle in the relationship, possibly the situation with the money and the work, and this loss or situations happening, perhaps is affecting how you feel about yourself, your ability to perform, your ability to provide, your ability to just you yourself feel excited about life in general. So it's a matter of shifting that perspective and find this fire energy. Because one thing with Taurus is, if things aren't structured, if things aren't going a certain way, they feel like the earth is shifting under them. So it's okay in the next few days to embrace some fire energy from Leo and just embrace that, it's all about me. And just for a little bit, just, give yourself that love. Because if you don't love yourself, it's going to be hard for you to share that with others. So find that true, authentic place within yourself. Love yourself. The good and the bad. It's okay. It's part of the journey, right? And get yourself through this full moon and into the new year. All right, let's move on to Gemini. Ooh, I'm excited because the moon is in Gemini. Okay. Bam. Look at that. Lucky 7. Okay, Gemini. Well, you know what? We talked about the duality that's happening here with asking you to deal with your heart and deal with your mind and bring these aspects together. So here we have a lot of things because you are an air sign. You're full of that savvy mind talk and you love that. But now with the lucky 7 here, you're being asked to bring your heart into this, to bring this, connection. And the seven in itself is all about faith and spirituality, inner wisdom. It's this inner awareness and, persisting with your purpose and to deal with the hardships as they come. And it's about manifesting and manifestation in this time zone right here. It's also about good luck. So what do we have? As we look at all the potentialities that is revealing themselves to you, my Geminis, and it's all full of so much mushiness. It's almost like all these decisions and your heart is being torn here or there. Which way do we go with this? That is the question. So there are some things here that now are going to be showing up in your life that needs to be addressed. And it's important that, so this full moon is going to find you trying to make some decisions, maybe moving, maybe career, maybe financial, travel, just so many things, spirituality, relationship, a lot of things that are going to be showing up in this month that are going to affect what you need to be doing. So could it be that in love, there might be someone else and you're going to need to kind of make that decision. Do you stay in this relationship or you go with that one? And be very careful about your romantic decisions. Be very careful where you're going to park your heart in. And in career, it could be that options are showing up, opportunities are showing up. Could be about, a lateral move. I could also see here promotion that you could say yes to or no to, or a different opportunity that's going to show up. And would you be able to handle maybe these two things with your schedule? A lot of things are going to show, but the one thing for sure, when you make that choice, stick with it. And lastly, let's look at our finances, our money, our financial opportunities. It could be that there are going to be several opportunities that could yield profits in your pocket. At the same time, because there's going to be many choices, be very careful which one you choose. Okay? Let's see how this plays out with the love card. Look at that. Okay. Twin flames. Wow. We are dealing with Gemini, which is the twins. So your passion ignites, and it could be that this person here coming into your life is what's setting you on fire. So isn't that something? Getting my air sign. You know how it is when you have, so you've got fire, flame, and then air on it. Just makes it grow wild. So you may be in an interesting whirlwind romance coming up in this upcoming month. Interesting, definitely. Wowzy. Let's take a look at career and money. Oh, okay, stability. So here we have draw strength from home, lasting support and security. We have the 4 pillars here, and as I have said on previous videos, 4 pillars to me represent foundations. So definitely draw strength from your home, draw strength from places and people that make you feel at home, and stay connected with that support and security. So that is really good. So when you make these choices, stick with them and they will pan out for you. And so let's see what the moon holds for our Gemini in this cold moon. The gibbous moon. You're very close to achieving your goal. So no matter how sometimes you may feel insecure prior to making that decision, know that when you make it, stick with it. Stick with the things that are true. Stick with the people that have been there with you. Believe in love and the excitement and passion, and you're very close to achieving your goal, whether it's that relationship you're looking for, that business opportunity, that adventure you want to go on, that health that you want to achieve. Just know that you're very close to your goal. All right, let's move on to Cancer. Bam. Oh, excuse me. Cancer wanted to bring somebody else along to play. Okay, really, Cancer? Come on. What's going on with you? Okay, let's go ahead and... What do we have here? Okay, let's look at this card this way first. Let's look at that number 2. Remember, we've mentioned about balance. So for our Cancer, our water-loving Cancer, we see the 2 of Cups here, and it's like, wow, it's bringing you back into balance. It's asking you you need balance, you need to harmony, you need to, something about getting involved with others. And maybe you've been detached a little bit, Cancer. Something has happened and you have pulled back just a tad bit. What is going on? Okay, so now let's see, because it is in the reverse, and maybe something is saying that you're out of balance. Maybe something that was working is not. Maybe something in the relationship is disconnected. Maybe there's some negative energy that has kind of, and when I say energy, could be some dark thoughts, some things that are worrying you, some depression. Something is just not connecting again, and this energy is not helping you move out of this darkness and into something positive. So it's time to make a little small adjustments. It could be that in this relationship, something is out of balance. Maybe somebody here in this relationship is depending too much on the other, and it's putting that emotional burden, maybe that material burden, but mostly emotional burden. Sometimes people can feel suffocated in a relationship because of just overload by the other person, and this could be creating imbalance. Now let's move on to career, and it could be a couple things. If you are in a partnership or in a business, self-employed, maybe you've made a bad decision, maybe a bad investment. Maybe the partnership that you brought in is now creating tension and conflicts with the situation. Could also be at work, or if you're part of a charity or community group, there's something that's creating tension, and that's creating conflict and trying to find ways because everybody wants to be right. And let's move on to money. Could be that right now you're spending more than you're making, you're going over your budget. Sometimes it's important. If you don't have it, you don't have it. It's the holidays, you want to give, but it's okay. And maybe this is the year that you bake, or maybe this is the year that you go do charity work, because the number 2 is about service to others. And maybe this is an opportunity for you to look at that money isn't everything. Okay? How does this resonate with this love card? Let's see, as this one was upside down. Close your eyes and tell yourself that you deserve to feel joyful. You can allow joy into your life, regardless of the circumstances you currently find yourself in. So as we see the situation that may be out of balance, this is reminding that you can change it, that you have the power to change the story, but you have to change that narrative in your own self. And as you see a different version of this relationship, things will begin to improve. But if you keep telling yourself the story of the bad things that's happening, then it's going to continue to be what will continue to grow. So here it says, you can allow joy into your life, regardless of the circumstances you currently find yourself in. You have that power. What about money and career? Okay, so the turtle is upside down. So we see again that resonating upside down theme. Let me move it right side up. Money coming slowly, steady progress, moving for work in good time, long term. Okay, so when we see it this way, we need to see that now it feels like it's at a standstill. Believe that slow and steady wins the race. Remember, we should look at ways to manage what we have. Sometimes right now people are trying to manage what they don't have, and they keep thinking, oh, well, I'm going to get a big bonus. Let me go spend it. Or I'm going to have these sales. Let me go spend it. They're already managing money they don't have. So slow and steady wins the race. And so with all this, just know that in time, as you address what is happening now, whether it's in the relationship, whether it's your business partnerships or the money, slow and steady wins the race. Having peace of mind in what you can manage is way better than stressing over managing things that haven't happened yet. Live in the now and enjoy this beautiful, slow journey. Okay, and what is the full moon message for you? I like it. Full moon in Capricorn. In this, even though we know that the moon is in Gemini, for you, it's asking you to draw the energy of the earthy Capricorn and understand that the end of a tough cycle approaches. So, tough times don't last. Tough people do. Remember that. Embrace the journey. Look at how you can move through the journey. See the lesson of this tough time and move on. Okay, our next one up is going to be Leo, our lion. And coming through with the King of Swords. And this beautiful sign, the beautiful message for our Leos here, when we see kings, it's about our kingdom, the things that we rule. And here, this is all about us controlling what we can control within our own domain, the things that we set forth. You know, this is about our systems and about being able to think things through to manifest them here on earth. So this is about looking at what you are doing in your life right now, having the clarity of seeing that vision through and sitting through and looking at the possibilities of some of the consequences of your decisions and just embracing this journey. When it comes to love, this is about espousing your highest ideals about this relationship. This is about controlling your emotions and not letting your emotions control you. This is about the balance between your heart and your mind, and not allowing your heart to just go all the way run amok. That you are experiencing a sense of maturity in this relationship. And it's a good thing in the area of career, job, business opportunities. This is about also to challenge yourself to be the best version of yourself, to give the best service, to strive for gaining more knowledge. And in that, it's not about what you're going to get, but it's what you can give to this business, to this corporation, to this business partnership, to this charity organization, to whatever you're involved in. It is about what you can offer, because there is so much more. And in finance and money, this is about having the discipline with your money and acting with your mind and not your heart, making investments with your mind, looking things through, checking contracts, making business deals from a point of your mind. Sometimes we should follow our heart, but during this season that you're in, as we're closing out the month with this full moon in Gemini, this is all about investing mindfully, using your money mindfully, buying things mindfully. It's not saying that you don't, but everything as you approach things with regards to your money and finances, put your mind into it. Let's see how this will confirm with the heart card. Surrender. At times we must surrender the old before something new can enter our lives. Let go and all will work out. And as we begin to logically embrace this situation, embrace this relationship, and we start seeing the truth of the love, what we're giving, what we're receiving, the partnership in this relationship, we can surrender to this and stand firm where we are. I love that message. Okay, about finances and career. Okay, so this one's upside down. Let's see how it resonates with the message that I was able to interpret out of the King. So it says here, winning money, payoff for effort, recognition, advancement, professional work, and fame. Okay, so this is where it's really important. The King and his domain right now is asking us to be logic. And so while you may, I have to giggle a little bit because I'm dealing with my Leos, and I already know about my Leos because it's all about that magnitude. It's about me. It's about my life and what I want. So this is telling you sometimes it's not about me, and that it's not about winning. Sometimes it's about being. And this season, as we close out this year, it's about being in that winner's circle, not about winning. You're already there. It's about being. It's about the payoff that you have in your relationship. It is about understanding the effort that you've put into it. So don't get overboard and over cocky, Leo. This is right now, the season is not about holding that trophy, but it really is understanding that in that space, sometimes we just need to be. We don't need to roar in the jungle. We just need to be. And it's okay. It's amazing because if you understand that you're there already, you see the King's already in his throne, but you're using your mind. You're not using your body. You're not using your emotions. You're just being. How beautiful it is knowing that you've already there. And let's see how we can close this out with the Moon card. The energy is gaining momentum. So the energy of a waxing moon as you continue to be aware of your journey, moving forward and knowing where you are right now, already in that process of transformation. I love how you could see these crescent moons on both sides of that butterfly. And we see the crescent moon here, gaining momentum as you move forward into that new year. Don't struggle. Don't struggle. Don't let the struggle of this last year go into the new year. Embrace where you are. Embrace what you've achieved. And in that, you will acquire so much more. I see 2 birds here, 2 birds there. This one's already setting forward. So embrace it. Okay, Virgo. Ooh, you've got some work ahead of you. We haven't seen a major card for a while. It was in the first V3. Everyone else seems to have been dealing with mundane issues. Yes, yes, yes. So here we are, Virgo, kicking it up with the High Priestess. The High Priestess showing us that number 2, the balance, service to others, harmony. This is what we're being asked for. Identifying our good and our bad, being okay with that. Tapping into our intuition, our internal growth, getting in, trusting that higher self is providing us wisdom and we can access it. That'll be interesting here, right? This could mean that in love, to remain patient, to remain calm, no matter what's going on. We need to embrace this inner passion, this inner intimacy. And this could be just that you may find yourself in this period with this cold moon of Gemini, asking us to think about love, to think about our relationship with ourselves, to think about the relationship with others, our family, our work, to think about our relationship with those other things that we love, whether it's traveling, whether it's work, whether it's money and acquisitions of things. We need to become real intimate with all that we love so that we can have a better understanding of where we stand with this. We may find that, you know what, some of these things are no longer important, or we may add value to some of these other areas. But if we don't go in, then we don't know ourselves. And to know ourselves is part of this incredible journey. If we don't go on that journey of inner discovery, life will put us there through deep challenges. So remain calm when it comes to relationship, and you will find that your inner peace will become very attractive to others. In the area of business, career, your job, it could be that you might be put in a situation where you're going to be seeking more education, more training, maybe a new job that's offering you new knowledge. It could be that you are involved in a creative aspect of your career where you get to really have good impact and your inspiration is helping others. Or it could be that in your business or your job or this community group, whatever, you are being introduced to someone that is going to give you new insights about how to move forward in different areas of your life, especially as it relates to career or your job or your business. And when it comes to money, it could possibly mean that since she is very private, keep your business, your financial situation to yourself, whether you're going through hardship or whether you've just got a promotion or an increase in your coffers and you've received some money from unknown places. Keep all that to yourself. Do not talk about your money situation with anyone during this time as we close out the year. Keep private. Let's see how this will reflect with the other players on my hand. So we have this interesting how there's a moon here and there's a moon here. And while these new moons are here, the wings are going in. And she has a cross here. There's a heart. And I see the pillars here. Pillars. That's just the way I see that. Okay, let's see what it says. When you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you have shared with those you love. Isn't that beautiful? Remember what I said earlier, that maybe you might start looking at things that are not important? How beautiful this card resonated with that message. Okay, let's take a look at career and money. Okay, we have a coffin here. Let's take a look at it right side up. Bad investment, financial challenges, savings, career, office work, night shift, and job ending. So in the reverse, this is the opposite, meaning that there will be some good investments, the challenges that you've had financially, you will have a breakthrough. And this could be because of that career. You know, we talked about, maybe a raise, an education, maybe that insights that you're getting from this person. And now you can actually shift into making more money. Business opportunities are better. So when we talked about not sharing all our ups and downs about our money with other people, guess what? As we keep things close to our vest, things begin to improve. So very interesting. new opportunities. And let's see how we close this out with the moon. Ah, the moon is upside down. Let's look at it this way. A time for healing. The balsamic moon. So here we go. We see this small crescent. We see the small crescent. The high priestess bringing you in, asking you to come in. Don't resist the healing that can take place when you seek this wisdom from within yourself. A lot of people, I've learned, struggle when they sit alone, called meditation. I call that sitting in the silence. And you may find that as you find this time, maybe not with so many people, all that noise that everybody likes to bring in around the holidays, sometimes it's disguised as happy, and then they start drinking, they start eating, they start partying, and all of a sudden one good conversation goes south. Sometimes less is more. And you might find that if you don't struggle for that moment, I have found that sometimes taking time for yourself can bring healing. So this balsamic moon showing up for you during these next few days, you may want to, my dear Virgo, put a little space between you and others and find the healing that you need. So that when the next couple weeks come in for the holidays and the partying, you are re-energized. Let's take a look at Libra. Okay, Libra, Ace of Swords, upside down. And interesting because the swords are the elements of the air signs. So when we see this sword upside down, normally the sword is one that represents the mind, the realm of the mind and the intellect and communication. So it appears for my Libra that there might be something that is in a state of uncertainty, unclear, something is unclear. Could be that your thoughts are confused about something. You are unsure about something that you want to do, something that you want to plan. You're not quite decided on how to bring it forward because you don't have the clarity. And so this is what we see here. And the thing is that if you take action now without it being clear, the chances of it not coming through for you are pretty high. So this is kind of saying that within the next few days, 4 days or so, it's important that you prepare yourself and take small steps and plan things through. Make the right connections, make those meetings, review things, cross those T's, dot those I's. It's important that you take those small steps before you jump into something. If you're not quite sure, that's okay. You can say, no, let me consider this. You don't have to say yes. In relationship with the ace being upside down, this could mean that this is not ready to move on. Maybe because there's a miscommunication of ideas, miscommunication that happened, that words were said that now you can't take back. And all of this was because you or someone in this relationship wasn't communicating their true feelings. They were just blurting things out. And it's important to think things through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 seconds is a good pause before you answer. Sometimes people just throw things out there like bam, 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 and things are just said. And once it's out there, you cannot bring it back. All you can do is move forward. And so that's probably where you're at right now. Things were said, and there's somewhat of a conflict because both of these people, my Libra, cannot come into terms in agreeing how the other person sees it. It's a matter of perspective. Let's look at in the area of career, what could this possibly mean? Again, We are dealing in the realm of thought and communication. And something could be that at work or in this partnership or business or this dealing, it was not thought out clear. And so now we are sitting at the end of what I would call the effect of the cause, which was created when those words were said, when the thought was not expressed properly. And because of that, this is creating some type of tension at work. Or it could be that because you're not communicating effectively at work, you are not being inspired. And so it feels like you're stuck in a place at work where you're not really happy at this moment. But whose fault is it? At any moment, you could change that by having a conversation with the key people in your organization or looking for other options. In the reverse, how does this play in the area of money or finances? Well, again, we see the unclarity of things. So it could be a couple things. Could be that there could be a miscommunication with some of the accounts, something's off. Or if there's contracts, there could be a situation that is not clear. If you're looking to close a deal, purchase something that involves paper, it could mean that there might be a delay in that because something is not clear. Make sure that you are seeking the right counsel for any legal transaction. Let's see how this confirms it with the love card. Romance. Cupid's arrow strikes. So I love how this is showing up here, because when we see this here, there seems to be some influence. Some other person wants to influence the other. So if you open up that communication, now that you know this, Libra, now that you know this, you can get this moving in the right direction. Heal with your words. Lift up with your words. And you can activate this love again, or the new love that's showing up. Money and career. Abundance, easy money, divine intervention, light work, air-related, undecided, and travel. I like how it says air-related when Libra is an air sign. So I see this beautiful message coming through for my Libras, that as you open up to understanding the situation and clarifying things, and after these 4 days gone through with this crazy cold moon, you're going to be able to flow through again, get things back into perspective, and get the money flowing, get the things that were, what I would say, unclear in the work or the partnership cleared up, and things are going to flow again. I like that. The moon message. Upside down. Wow, this relates with the ace upside down. I feel like the same energy. Let's see what it is. Expect powerful change. The new moon eclipse energy. So for Libra, what this is saying, in general, change your thinking, change your life. Change your thinking, create anew. So if you want new things in your life, if you expect powerful change, see how powerful that is? You've got to change the way you're thinking. Swords is thoughts and minds. So you alone can change that. I can't do that for you, sweetheart. You need to look at how you're thinking, catch yourself, and then rechange that. See it in its positive or in the way that you want that outcome to be. And figure out how you got there. And that's how you begin to change your thinking. It doesn't happen overnight. Thinking is a process that we must observe and rectify. All right. Now let's move on to Scorpio. Scorpio. Okay. What does this moon have for you, Scorpio? Hello. Bam. Okay, swords. Wow. Gemini working here, because Gemini is an air sign. Swords are air signs. The 6 of Swords in reverse. So 6, remember from earlier, talked about number 6 has to do with unconditional love. And so something that we've got to be working, something is showing up here that is affecting the situation. The number 6 revealing that something is lacking, balance and harmony, home and family. So we see this situation showing up here with this number 6 being in the reverse in the House of Swords. And with the swords showing up this way, we could see that it's about movement and transition. So something is here, like maybe you're finding it difficult to move on from a situation, and that maybe you are experiencing some challenges, and maybe something from the past, an issue that happened over here is coming back again into this situation, but you're giving it too much thought, and you're like trying to find out what are the benefits of this or not. What's important is that you need to look forward. And what is going on here? Maybe in the area of romance and relationship and love, there's something that you can't let go in this relationship. But remember, it's in your mind. Something, you keep bringing it back. And for you, you just can't see how you cannot be with this person. So it's hard. It's just something in your past with this relationship is just hard for you to mentally let go. And that's something to work through with this Gemini moon. Remember, we talked about duality, and that's what this moon is in Gemini is creating. It's having us look at our heart and our mind, and you might be torn about this previous relationship. And that conflict being thrown in by that Mars in retrograde in Gemini. For us, everyone else that's not a Gemini, we're going to be fine as long as we can get through these 4 days. Thank God that this is not for you, because you'd have to go through all through January 12th before Mars gets out of retrograde. And that energy will loosen up on you. But right now, the next few days might find you, and it could be the holidays, it could be the holidays. You're thinking about things from the past, and this is what the holidays does. It gives us a chance to look back at life and maybe things and people in our lives, and you're feeling like you can't move on, but it's all in your head. Let's move on now to career. What's happening in career? Could be some of you might find yourself, and we're talking about my Scorpios. There's a situation presenting itself at work, and it's creating some conflict. And it might be, as you look at the situation, because this is upside down, you created it. You're self-sabotaging yourself. You are putting yourself out there in a way that you're creating more work for yourself, or more situation where now you're taking on more, and that you can only blame yourself for it. It's your ability to communicate what you can do and what you can't do. It's important. Or some of my Scorpios might be feeling that they're trapped in this job, and you might find yourself, as the year is closing, you're looking possibly that there are other things that you can do into the future. As we look at the area of money and finance, could be that the situation in your bank account is not one that makes you really excited. So you're avoiding your financial situation and dealing with the debts that are showing up in your life, or avoiding dealing with the reality of, income and expenses. And as you move into the future, this may be something to look at, because you're looking in the wrong direction. Okay, Scorpio, what about this love thing? It's a pretty card. I like it. Reflection. Hello. Give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. So if you are in a relationship right now and kind of feeling trapped in it, that it just feels stagnant, give yourself some time. Give yourself the space you need. Sometimes all good relationships need some space. Create the space. Find a way for your time, and also give that person their time. Another thing to look at is that if you have left a relationship, trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. Give yourself this space. You don't have to be in a relationship. Give yourself the space to heal. Give each other space. Okay, let's take a look at money and career. Ambition, taking action, hustle, manifest money, management, high rank, visibility, and athletic. A couple things here to bring back up. Here is that if you're not happy where you're at, you need to take action. You need to hustle. You are the money manifester. Look at every way that money has come in your life. And it was because you were in the middle of it. You can continue to create. You are a money magnet. You are a money manifester. You've done it before. You can do it again. You will do it again. Okay? And now let's take a look at the grand finale. What? Yes, your commitment is being tested. Your commitment in the relationship, your commitment to your future, because if you keep looking to the past, what are you committed to? To the past? It's gone. Scorpio, it's gone. So your commitment is being tested. What are you willing to commit to as you close out this season, as we're working with this full moon in Gemini, asking us to bring balance between our heart and our mind? And this is, right now, you got a lot of emotions going on in this game. And now it's bringing your mind and focusing on what is working for you. What are you willing to commit in this relationship, in this work, and with your future finances, and all the things you want to do in life? Great way to end the year and start one with some real good affirmations about your commitments. Okay, and yours truly, a Sagittarian. I am really curious to see what we Sagittarians are going to be dealing with on this cold moon of December. I love doing this reading, especially for the full moon, when I get to see what Sagittarians have, because I'm a Sagittarian. Let's see. What? Hello? Time to let go of stuff. What's with you, Sagittarian? We got the beautiful number 8. What's going on here? Let's start with that number 8. The number 8, and it's interesting. Remember, we're dealing with swords. And Sagittarian, we've got that full moon in Gemini, the house of air. Swords represents air. So what is it that you are looping in your head? When we talk about the number 8, the vibration of a number 8 is about personal power. What are you giving personal power to? What are you suppressing? What are you holding back? What are you avoiding in manifesting success, money, finance, riches, prosperity, wisdom, discernment about what is good in your life and not, the inner wisdom? What are all these things that you are failing to see that are in front of you by the way that you are thinking? Let go. That's what that number 8 is. And number 8 is about your self-confidence, your self-power. It's about manifesting here and now, about wealth and abundance and prosperity, about inner wisdom. What are you doing when you have that number 8 so powerful there for you? This is a reminder for you, Sagittarian, that the things that you see around you or not are made up of the things within you. What is it that's inhibiting you from moving forward? And the good news is that we create these worlds within ourselves. And if we put our minds to it, we can just remove that blindfold and tap into the unlimited potential that we really have to create an outstanding future, an outstanding life, an outstanding relationship. It's important that you see the possibilities and that you recognize the power that you have within yourself. That's what that number 8 is about. So when we look at love, are you feeling trapped in this relationship? Are you feeling that you are suffocated, that you can't move? Are you feeling smothered? And have you lost your passion for life? You need to mentally reconnect with that to move forward. And in career or business, partnerships, philanthropy, charitable work that you're doing, are you depending too much on your job and maybe you feel that there's no mobility here or no mobility there because you're stuck in here? You have boxed yourself in. And maybe you're afraid of changing careers, changing direction. It is about time for you to reflect on this. And maybe when it comes to money, maybe you're experiencing some anxiety about the money that you can't see now. Maybe you can't see the opportunities. Maybe you cannot see these investments. And maybe you can't see your financial freedom. And it's about working on your mental pictures and removing the restraints and working on finding out how you can change that vision for yourself, because the infinity of the number 8 is there. The power for you to do that is there. The work of this cold moon is asking you to fight through that imagery and see the reality that you have within yourself. Use that Mars activation, that warrior spirit, to fight through the blocks you have placed for yourself. See how this resonates with this card. Trust. Hello. Transformation occurs through acceptance. Once you accept the current situation, it will automatically transform. Find out where you're at. See where you're at. Feel the solid ground where you're at, whether it is a challenge or a victory, because a victory could take you on to another victory. A challenge can move you on to a victory. You need to know where you're at. Trust. Don't let the fear and your own self-sabotage get the best of you. Okay. Money and career. Anchor. I love it. Okay. Money blocks. Being stuck. Remember we just said that? Financially sound, water-related, travel, stable for now. So you may feel like you're stuck. Remember being stuck in your career and you're anchored in. It's about you changing that perspective. It's about changing your ideas of what you're seeing. Once you make a small degree of change, you begin to feel that ship moving finally in the direction you need to. It's important that even if you want, Sagittarian, imagine yourself on a ship that's anchored and imagine yourself hoisting the anchor. The minute you lift it up, you can feel the sails moving. Lift up the veil, lift up the swords, throw them off, and see your infinite future and possibilities. Okay. The moon. Okay, you are good enough. You are good enough. Open your eyes. We have removed the veil. Our eyes now need to be open. And understand that if you tap into Virgo, earthy Virgo, then we can embrace that. We are good enough for this relationship. We are good enough for ourselves. We are good enough for this job. We're good enough for this community. We are good for whatever. We are good enough. There is no other one like you. Open your eyes and embrace this beautiful energy that is coming through the Gemini moon and asking us here through this Virgo moon to go ahead and accept this moment in time that you're living in. It's beautiful, one of a kind. There you have it, my dear ones. This is what we have now experiencing as we close out our last full moon of the year, our December cold moon. And let's see what the final card draw will be for all of us collectively. I want to say thank you so very much for this past year. It has been a blast with all these full moons. They have taken us from one month to the next. It's been an amazing ride. Let me know. Share with me what has been the most incredible lesson you've learned this year. And here we go, as it will be revealed to all of us what we need to move through with this December cold moon. Application. Yes, indeed. This message from the angels, from the universe is we need to apply ourselves. Apply ourselves to love more. Apply ourselves to learn more. Apply ourselves to give more. Apply ourselves to receive more. Apply ourselves to be our authentic self. Everything that we've learned, we need to apply it. No talky, but more application. And we will begin to manifest here on earth. All right. And there you have it. Happy full moon of December. Be blessed.